When you're 14, you're supposed to be figuring out who you are. Awkward, messy, full of contradictions. But I knew exactly who I was. A punching bag. 9th grade wasn't high school. It was survival school. I had mandatory gym class, a daily torture chamber cleverly disguised as a physical education program. No changing stalls. Just rows of half-broken benches under the buzzing fluorescent lights. No privacy, no dignity. I was the chubby kid. The weird kid. The disabled kid who couldn't run. I was every target a bully could ask for, neatly wrapped in one person. They tore me down piece by piece. Stole my towel. Laughed at my body. Ransacked my bag when I was in the shower. Took my class notes, smeared their dirty hands all over my makeup, and passed it around like I was a joke they were all in on. It was a daily ritual. Me versus a pack of teenagers drunk on cruelty. And the worst part? No one helped. Not the gym teacher, who watched it happen like a bystander at a car crash. Not my parents, who said I should toughen up, and refused to replace the makeup they'd destroyed. I couldn't tell anyone. You can't snitch when you're already the outcast. That's blood in the water. My makeup wasn't just cosmetics, it was armor. Something to make me feel human again after they stripped me bare. And they took it, day after day, until the bottles were just reminders of how powerless I was. Until I did something about it. It happened on one of those afternoons where rage simmers into something cold and sharp. I sat in the bathroom stall, shaking with anger, staring at the remains of my crushed powder and muddy foundation. And an idea, a horrible, wicked, genius idea, sprouted in my head. My dad has a stomach condition. The kind that means frequent explosive trips to the toilet. I waited until he'd gone in and left behind the aftermath. Then, wearing gloves and holding my breath, I carefully scooped a bit of the residue-rich toilet water into my foundation bottle. Just enough to blend in, no discoloration. I cleaned the mascara wand and the slimy gunk from the sink drain. The powder puff? I wiped it against my dog's butt and tucked it neatly back into the compact. The next day, I packed my bag like normal and headed to class. I watched them do it. They didn't even hesitate. Slathered their faces with my dad's excrement, swiped their lashes with blackened pipe mold, patted their cheeks with whatever bacteria my dog carried on her ass. I didn't smile. I didn't laugh. I didn't do anything but watch. It was the most satisfying silence of my life. One of them got a sty. None of them ever suspected me. I stopped bringing makeup after that. Not because I was scared, because I didn't need to anymore. I'd already won. You'd think that would be the end of the story. But no. Things got worse before they got better. Those same girls got nastier. Took photos of me while I was changing and passed them around. I didn't even retaliate. I just endured. I survived. Until I didn't. The ringleader was cheating on her boyfriend, with her best friend's boyfriend. I caught her. Red-handed. And I didn't even have to threaten her. I just let her know I knew. That one conversation rewrote the rest of my high school years. The whispers stopped. The photos disappeared. Peace. And I never touched makeup again. Not like before. But sometimes when I do, when I dab on a bit of foundation or sweep on a little mascara, I remember what I did. I was 14. I did something disgusting. I waged biological warfare, and I don't regret it. Not because it was right, but because no one protected me. Because they took my body, my privacy, my dignity, and expected me to smile through it. So I fought back. Not with fists. With imagination. And it worked.
Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Share it, because some stories are meant to be discovered together. And stay curious. I'll see you in the next chapter.